We can define now our constraints, which are those related to our supply constraints, our capacity in our plants, and the demand for our clients. So we go back to AIMMS and we're going to define first a constraint which we will call supply constraint, and we need to define an index domain because we need to impose or create a constraint for every plant, and this is the constraint we have to write, and we will do that in the definition. And notice that you have this less or equal than symbol, which we will type here. The right hand side is the supply of that plant, and that is exactly supply P. I'm using this functionality AIMMS provides you with, which is the control space functionality, which allows you to simplify your writing. And if you press control space, you get a list of the elements you have in your model. You type an S and you get that. You press enter and you press control space again, and you get the index you had defined when the index domain for that parameter. And then you have this summation here, and the way to write that summation again is sum, and you put into brackets the two elements that this summation has. One is the range of the summation, which is C. We're summing for all customers, and we are summing all variables xpc, which names we defined as transport pc. So this expression here, which is our left hand side of this inequation, is the way to write this expression we have here. And finally, we have to write the demand constraint, which should be created for every customer, which is this for all C we have here is what we write here as an index domain. So we create a constraint for every customer we have. And again, we have this symbol larger or equal than. In the right hand side of this constraint, we have the demand, okay, of every customer. And the left hand side of this expression, of this equation, is a summation. And again, we are summing all transportation variables, PC, but we're summing for all plants. That way, what we are computing is the total amount of beers, of trucks in this case, that we're shipping from every possible plant to this customer here, and this amount should be at least the demand. And that way, we have both constraints within our model.